It was nearly a week ago when Baldwin County residents saw the first signs it was happening there.
Immigration enforcement actions are how we're describing the events that are taking place today.
Undocumented immigrants. They're now in the crosshairs of the Trump administration and a number of federal enforcement agencies, including Immigration Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE. And in Baldwin County, when they're arrested, ICE defendants are initially taken here to the Baldwin County Correction Center. Well, they were until now.
For the past 13 years, we've held detainees for immigration customs enforcement, and so we've been doing that without issue, knowing that we were a facility that would only house ICE inmates up to 72 hours, which was a non-issue. They were being transported to either Mississippi or Louisiana for a hearing inside that 72 hours. But at some point last week, someone in Washington, D.C. made the decision that they would no longer place their detainees in our jail because we didn't have the ability to meet the requirements to hold them over 72 hours.
That news came as a surprise to Baldwin County Sheriff Anthony Lowry, who says for years the jail in Bay Minette has had a contract with the U.S. Marshals Service to hold up to 100 federal felons a month in the facility, and up to 10 of those beds could be dedicated to ICE detainees. Lowry says he's being told the reason for the halt on housing ICE detainees is because their facility doesn't have the federal requirements for holding such prisoners for a longer period of time, such as an outdoor exercise yard. But Lowry says that was never an issue because they weren't keeping those prisoners long-term anyway. The hold on ICE prisoners isn't a problem for the jail. Their contract with the U.S. Marshals Service doesn't change. But Lowry thinks it will create more challenges for federal law enforcers.
So if you're doing an operation in Baldwin County, instead of taking those inmates to Bay Minette, now they're going to have to take them to Mississippi and maybe as far as Louisiana.
What about Mobile's Metro Jail? They keep ICE detainees too. Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch indicates little change there so far. We are assisting in any way we can with this federal initiative, says Birch in a statement released tonight to NBC 15 News. Since it began, we have held those inmates at Metro until they process out to one of those facilities that were designed to take them. Back in Baldwin County, Sheriff Lowry believes it's just a matter of time and a few texts to Washington before the issue is resolved.